check. Yeah, Doc, you're first. Congratulations. You win absolutely nothing. Let's turn this down some here and see if this works. Okay, looking good. Alright. Well. Bam! Whoa! We're live. Boy, this is still too loud for me. Okay, that's better. What up? I'm back to break more stuff. Well, hopefully not too much today. I have been cheating on y'all. I have been working on things off stream, and I do believe I have got a couple of boards in a state ready to be fixed today. So we'll go over what I've done, starting with this switch, which I've got to find the proper board for. I think it's this one. I think these two are my non-charging boards. Alright, now I need to find, is it you? No, I believe it is you. Did I break that finally? Shit. No, but it's close. Okay. Alright. Now, let's take a look here, huh? I am going to break this grill at some point, I know it. This case is not in the best shape. I keep doing it. It's right in the middle. Alright, let's put you on the table here. Okay, check 1, 2. I think we're good and ready to start talking about this board right here. Just switch to a camera view real fast. There we go. Focus for you guys. All right. So, where we last left off with this board, this was supposedly going to be a very easy fix, and it turns out it was an easy fix, but I had to do a little bit more research on it to figure out what the heck was going on here. And this board presented itself with the 2100-0001 error, which on a base level generally means that your M92 chip has gone bad. Well, that's the 50,000 foot view, and I needed a more detailed explanation as to what generated this error, and so I had to do some research. Now, what I did find out is that the error is actually what's known as an I2C error, or an I2C error. An I2C is a communication bus used by your chips to communicate with each other in the processor. It's a low-level communication line, right? And the way that these chips work, and a lot of these embedded systems work, is they have built-in hardware checks to verify that everything is functioning correctly. And obviously, if the CPU or the chip doesn't register that whatever it needs is not functioning, it'll throw an error. And in this case, what had happened is I found out that this line actually runs right here. All right, this is the I2C line. Now, if you notice, this is me cheating on you guys. You'll see this little bridge right here, right? Well, if you also remember when I pulled this board apart, there's a fair amount of liquid damage, of corrosion on this chip, especially in this area. And it's hard to see now, but the corrosion had eaten away at this very, very almost microscopic track. And so when I was doing continuity testing, I realized that I didn't have continuity from this point to this leg, which meant that there was a break between here and here, and I determined that the break actually existed right here, where this tiny little bodge wire is. And so what I did was I stripped off a 24 AWG wire, pulled out a single strand of the copper inside, and then soldered it between these 2 points. Basically, I jumped this pad to this pad. So now this line makes full connection with this chip. And what that did was restore the communication line between the M92, the fuel gauge on the back here, which is this chip right here. This is the fuel gauge. And then the CPU. Now this is the CPU. It's hard to see, but it's under this shielding here, right? So the way that I did that was there is a very hidden test point on this board, and it's actually on the back of the board. And you can see where that little bit of flux is right there. So if you see right here, this point right here is a test point for that line. And this point right here directly connects to a solder ball underneath this chip. And if I scroll up here, let's see here, this is the audio chip. It directly connects to these test pads in here, as well as this. And so when I soldered a wire to this test point right here so I could flip the board over and then verify that the wire had continuity with this pad. And that's how I determined that it wasn't working. So all I had to do was jump this pad to this pad, and I now was able to get the board to boot. If you remember the last time, what happened was the board would power up to 15 volts. It would start to the 0.48 amps, which would almost indicate that it was about to start, and then it would instantly drop down to 0.09 amps, which meant it hit the error screen displaying that the 2100 error still existed. Now when I plug this board in with the battery, I get the full boot sequence. And if you want to know what the full boot sequence looks like, it's pretty easy. And it's very, very easy to recognize, I should say. Switch back to camera view here. Okay. So, for all of those that are familiar, what we have right here is a USB ammeter. And this handy little device will tell me basically the current flowing to the board, voltages flowing to the board, and being produced by the board. So if we plug in a known working battery here, please excuse the broken wire, it's not needed, but very annoying. What we should see is 15 volts at the top. It should go up to about 0.4 amps, 0.48 amps. Then you might see a flick down to like 0.2 something, and the meter will shut off and then restart. And that indicates that the board has booted. So if I plug it in, oh, this cable's a little wonky. Aha! Oh, well, look at that. Well, dang. There we go. And no boot. Well, I'm very surprised now. Well, I got egg on my face. This was working when I checked it last. Try it one more time here. Same thing. 5 volts on one side, but not on the other, which generally indicates a charging port error. That's not good. That is not good at all. Well, god dang it. I swear, every time I think I've got an easy freaking fix, these things come back to remind me that I sure as shit do not. So let's try this battery and just see if maybe that broken wire is causing a problem for me. No, 15. Could just be that battery. Yeah. Very well could just be that battery. We'll try one more time with it. If not, I think I actually do have another case with the charged battery in it. This battery was working for me. I don't think it's a 1-cell battery, so I really shouldn't need that second power line, but okay, 0.47, 0, and doesn't go back up again. Well, I'm confused now. I am confused now. Let's get this in a case and see what happens. I'm kind of curious. I am kind of curious now. I'm gonna try this case because try this case here. I think this battery is good. I think I did manage to get this one charged before, or at least in a state where it should boot with the battery being plugged in. I think I had it like at 3.7 if I remember right. Man. Yeah, 3.3. It might boot. Just stick the board in and see what happens. I was getting it to give me the normal signs of booting before, but it's just not wanting to do that now. So I don't know what's going on here. But this is my stream, folks. This is what happens to me. Always happens this way. Works off stream. Moment I start streaming stuff, it just does not want to cooperate with me. And that's why I was pretty freaking excited to get that one switch light working last week. Because I never seem to get stuff working on stream. And I did, once I saw the signs of this board booting, I kind of just put it aside so I could finish it off on stream, just figuring it would be, an easy-ish fix. But, yeah, here we are. Part of me just wants to rip this damn fan out. What the heck? For some stupid reason, I always struggle getting Switch Mobos back into the case. They just want to fight me every step of the way. I don't know why. I thought it was this stupid fan. The shroud likes to kind of interfere with the Mobo some, but it's like almost there. Weird thing is, there we go. See, it's just that stupid freaking fan shroud. It likes to get in the way of everything here. Yeah, that went nice and good. We're just going to be doing a quick little screen test here to see what happens. Now, it was a perfectly functional board before. Well, functional in that it would actually display the error, so we didn't get the black screen of death. Well, you are really not wanting to cooperate with me right now, are you? Huh. I have you up? I do. Okay. Well, that would be a problem. Let's just pull this up so I don't short anything on that connector there. Okay, essentially I just need to plug battery in now. Okay, now that should be good enough. The test here, normally I put a screw in just to kind of short things up, but let's see what happens. There's the battery symbol. So now I gotta check to see, is it charging actually? So you put your voltmeter here in DC mode, red on red, black on black, and we should see the current increasing bit by bit. It's saying 0 amps, so that to me says right now it is not charging. And it sure shit is not charging. Well. And I think this battery has juice in it. So let's see what happens now. See, it jumps up to 0.47. Nothing. Weird. Well, we gotta remember this board was liquid damage, but now it's a new behavior here. Because there's nothing on the screen. Backlight seems to have shut off. I'm holding down for a hard reset here. Oh, yeah, that would... I don't have the PowerFlex plugged in, so the buttons aren't going to work. Let's get that working and see if maybe we get some response out of the buttons. Might have to undo my... Man, I am confused because I had this working. Okay. Able to rest the PowerFlex out. Okay. Could I jump the battery to get past the low voltage cutoff? No, you have to hook in a working battery. Basically, like, it's kind of neat how these batteries work, Doc. They do have some circuitry built in, so they'll prevent the battery from like discharging down to nothing. But it won't actually boot the system until you get around like 3.7 volts in the battery, and then as long as you have it plugged in, it'll let you jump. It'll let you boot, and that's why I kind of have a couple of these spare batteries right here that I keep at a bootable charge. That way I could just plug it into the board real quick and then just run a quick check to see if it'll work. So now we're gonna try this again here. I'm a little concerned because I was getting this to at least boot to the error before, and now it's just getting stuck on the battery screen here. Did I plug the battery in? I didn't plug the battery in. Oh wait. We're going to plug you in here. I ruined the frickin' wire. I can fix this if I really want to kind of rip open the battery pack a little bit and get to the circuitry on the inside. Should be able to solder that back on. But it does seem to work okay with just a one lead connected. It shouldn't need two. I think it just kind of... actually, no, it'll trickle charge at like 2 volts. Yeah, there's something funky going on here. Getting 5 volts on one side and not on the other. Oh no, 5 volts on both sides now. Oh yeah, I got a problem. I have got a problem because that just popped up and it said it has a full battery and it doesn't. Something is freaking weird here. I do have another case. Okay. Yeah, see, it's still doing the same thing. Like, jumped up to 0.47, then black screen. Doing a hard reset here. You hold the power button down for a little bit. Now I get a Nintendo. Yeah, I think this board just has other issues. I'm getting the Nintendo logo and no second Switch logo. Oh, there it is. Look at that. So I've got a new error to look at now. Better write this down, boys, because I don't think I've ever run across this one before. Now remember, this board was liquid damaged, and I was just operating under the assumption that the 2100 error was the only error on the board. It does not appear to be the case. I'm going to have to look this error message up. I wonder if it's related to the fuel gauge, because 2134-0501. Okay. Okay. Well, so it also wasn't booting with the battery anymore, and the USB. So let's go pop to my other computer real quick, and I'm gonna just plug this error message in, just do a little quick research, see if I can't pop anything up quickly. So we've got 0501 switch error. Watching a quick little video here because forum posts are a little wonky right now. I guess I could check M92 again, but I was pretty sure we got that one working. Yeah, it looks like it's related to M92 still. Take a look at the we could also take a look at the charging port, make sure everything's still good there. Okay, because this guy's just replacing the 92, which is, I know I've already done that on this board. Boy, that's weird. Well, I'll take a look at the board again and see what we can figure out. But the 0 volts going to the 0 amps going to the battery would definitely indicate that there is still an issue with the charging circuit. So I'm not really doubting the repair here. It's just freaking weird because when I tested this off stream, I did see the successful boot. Now, I guess I could have fried the chip, maybe? That's definitely not working. That's for damn sure. This is a brand new replacement battery. The one thing I did notice was that weird how it wasn't negotiating 15 volts sometimes, so that's kind of a clue that something's a little funky. But I don't even really want to pull this out because I don't think it's the problem. Put that away. Just don't think that's the issue. I don't really want to muck with that new battery. Alright, I'll pull the multimeter out and just do some probing again. But, you know, last time I checked, the chip was showing fine. I'm trying to keep an eye on my laptop battery here. See, now this is 85. It's doing it again, man. It's just not wanting to charge. I wonder if it's just too much on the... I don't know. Well, it's going to be a shorter stream today anyway, so... Alright, so we're in continuity mode, which means that it beeps when I make a connection between my leads, and we're going to switch over to microscope here so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, we've got the M92 in view. And so basically we're going to just check for shorts to ground, which we shouldn't find any. This is the CPU cap. If this is shorted, then you're most likely not going to fix anything. Capacitor should beep on one side but not the other, and that's usually the side that goes to the chip. All these are fine. Do this. Connection, connection, connection. Okay. That's all looking good. Now let's go take a look at BQ. Now this is the BQ chip. This is what actually charges your battery. Yeah, that one capacitor is not looking very clever. I just don't think that's the issue. I mean, I could replace it. But we're not getting a short there. Maybe BQ does need to get replaced. But it's not shorted. So that's looking fine-ish. Managed to fling the microphone off my body here. Okay, so let's just take a look at M92 again here and verify my work. Remember, this side was a little wonky. I don't necessarily like that. It doesn't look like it's... Yeah, see, that's not connected. We need to get that fixed up. That's absolutely fine. And that is absolutely fine. Well, I hope that's just a hair. Oh, wait, look at that. Is that capacitor short of that resistor right there? Aha! Yeah, that's not supposed to be there. Oops. Well, let's clear off that bridge and see if that might fix our error. Yeah. So what I'm looking at right here is there's a bridge between this capacitor and this resistor. It must have happened when I did this. No, I don't. This is fine to be bridged because it's all in line, but that cap right there definitely needs to get cleaned up. Probably isn't the issue, but you know, just in case, let's pull that bridge off and test again and see if we get a booting scenario. It's definitely not good to do stuff like that, and I think luckily in my case it won't do physical damage, I hope. One can hope. Okay, so let's just go ahead and clear that off. You're good. Okay. So we'll just do a quick and dirty test here, and we'll just see if it boots now. I don't think it will, but that bridge was definitely needing some attention. Okay, let's bring you back into view. Nope. Still the same. And if I try... Yeah, so... Alright, well, the only thing we can try now is... we will shore up that one shady looking leg on this chip here. And you know, I'll look at this again. I believe it was this one right here. I really don't think that's it. I think that's a ground, honestly, but this again. Those look fine to me. It's just that one leg is just not looking good. But everything else on this chip is fine. Checking for any potential micro bridges that I might have created between them. They look just fine to me. Yeah, that looks just fine. So I've got this one leg that's sort of not soldered on. So I'll hit you with a little bit of some flux here. Just a dab is really all I need for this job. Kind of wet this down a little bit, maybe get you warmed up, and then we'll hit you with some fresh solder. I don't really think I'm gonna need a board holder for this. Okay, let's so a little bit of preheating here. You really just need a dab of solder on it. I'll have to clean it up, but just see if that kind of filled that thing in a little bit better here. It's a pretty ugly looking solder job, I admit, but I get you to focus, please, sir. I don't know why this one is such a pain in the ass. Maybe I should just preheat with some hot air too. Being a particular pain in the butt. Oh. Well, look at that. I am confusion. Did I just literally just destroy that pad? Or was it completely gone to begin with? Is there supposed to be a leg here? I think I just destroyed that pad. Well, shit. That might explain it. I have no idea what I just did there. But that looks like the frickin' pad. The weird thing is I destroyed that in a way that's actually kind of helpful. Not that I really want to destroy anything, but welcome to my life. I actually never lifted a pad there before, so I'm a little surprised that this happened. It's usually just that pad is gone. Interesting. Very interesting. It did solder itself to the right leg of the chip, so I mean, there's a chance here. I don't think that was causing the issue anyway. I'll have to go take a look. It might actually even just be a ground that I ruined, which if I did, it's not that big of a deal. But you still don't ever want to destroy stuff. It's booting now. It just booted. It's charging. That was it. Okay. I know it's super interesting watching me dig out frickin' flex cables. I'm doing this the absolutely most horrific way, but just fine. Keep stressing that stupid thing. Yes, multimeter, I know you're turned on and wasting batteries. There you go. Now you're turned off. Shouldn't complain. Yeah, so this is the LCD flex that I'm plugging in right now. Okay. Surprisingly, the backlight flex, which is right here, kind of self-seated itself, which is interesting. Power flex just in case I need it. Alright, well, we're going to plug the known working battery in. Battery charging symbol top left. Nintendo Switch logo. And hey. I can't get in the home screen because I don't have the digitizer hooked up. However, that would point to a working Switch. Look at that, folks. Okay, well, I don't have a digitizer hooked in, so I can't do it that way. So we do have some damage I need to clear out real quick before I get the digitizer hooked up, and then we can keep testing this unit. I'm also going to charge this battery some. So let's grab my handy dandy toothbrush. So this, there's still some corrosion in this that I want to just kind of get rid of before I put the battery or the cartridge reader in there again. Well, 99% isopropyl alcohol. I can't speak right now. Isopropyl alcohol, or if you are a Brit or Euro person, isopropanol. Okay. Just cleaning this crap up as best we can. Okay, we got that going. Now, this is the cartridge reader for it. Okay. We're going to normally I leave these things plugged in because it's a little easier, but these particular flex cables generally slot in fairly easily. Might do this the other way rather than the way I'm trying now, because yeah, just get you hooked in there like that. So these all index, and then this little guy, he's kind of, well, let's just do this the easy way, huh? So basically, you have the single silver screw that goes here, and that'll just lock everything into place for me. Okay, so that is locked into place, and then we're going to grab another one of these real quick and just put it right in the USB port. That'll give me a little bit more stability when I'm winging this thing around, and I don't have to worry about the motherboard flopping out on me. Okay, we got that good. So let's get you. So this thing is kind of a pain in the butt, kind of not. They actually do, this outline right here represents the connector on the back that you line up with the connector on the bottom. It's generally not that bad. You just got to be careful that you don't jam on it the wrong way, because you will destroy the connector, but once you feel it kind of slot into place, you'll hear a nice click to let you know that that's seated right. So now this guy is the same thing. This is known as a ZIF socket, which stands for Zero Insertion Force. And it honestly does live up to its name. You just got to get everything aligned right. There you go. Once you get it aligned right, it literally just slides right in, no problem. Okay, so we've got touch. Let's just do ourselves a favor here, and we're going to hook up a single speaker just so I can verify we get some sounds coming through the board. I think I'm going to have to let this one charge for a minute, although I could just quick and dirty let's see what happens when I do this though. So I think it's not going to work. It might. I do remember this battery was a little corroded on that lead. I got it as good as I could, but let's see what happens here. Okay, the battery's shown as dead. I got 0.13 on the ammeter, which generally means it's trickle charging and not strong enough to boot. If I hit the power button here, what's probably going to happen is it'll show the Nintendo logo, then kick me back to battery charging. Yeah, so the battery's not good enough to boot. So what we're going to do real quick, yeah, because I'm going to have to monkey with this board a little bit anyway, because I just realized I trapped the speaker connector underneath it. And these wires are so unbelievably fragile that you really can't yank on things too much. Yeah, that's definitely not good. So before I actually forget about that and go too far with this thing, let's see if I can't rescue it. Otherwise, I'm going to have to literally just undo everything I did. Screen for you guys. Okay. Yeah, see, it's probably going to want me to pull this up here because... Oh, wait. Is it nice? Is it you going to be nice and play with me? Okay, here, please. So I don't have to pull the board all the way. Oh, I saved it. Sweet. I hate monkeying around with these damn boards, man. They don't slot right for me. And I have to fiddlesticks with them. Looking for the screwdriver that's right in front of my face. Alright, let's zap you down. Now we're gonna grab our good battery here. One more go. I just want to get into the home screen, hear some sounds, and then we're gonna plug this in and let it charge for a minute or two. Okay. Again, and then this, I'll walk you through this again. So, if you pay attention to the ammeter, we will see 15 volts, 0.48 amps. Reset, back up to 0.47, logo. And that's how you can tell just by looking at your ammeter that the board's booting. As you see that 4.8, the reset, back to 4.8 again. 0.89, 0.9 right now indicates we are fast charging, which is a great thing. Look at that. I mean, we have sound, we have movement across the screen. Looks good. Okay, guys. Well, I am going to let this other battery trickle charge. Oh, I'm going to turn my soldering station off because we're not using it at the moment. Okay, guys. Well, this is fixed. That's fix number 2 for this stream. I'm not really happy about that one lifted pad, but the fact that it soldered itself in the spot that it needed to be soldered into, I might throw some conformal coating there. I don't know. Honestly, I might just leave it the fuck alone. I don't know. But we're gonna charge this battery here. And then basically what I like to do is, so see we got this battery charging symbol. Now, this means the backlight's on. So it's actually like, it's using more power than it should be. So if you hold the power button down, you're going to get the Nintendo logo again, and it's going to go kick you back to the battery screen. But just keep holding it, and then once you see that charging icon disappear, your whole unit is turned off. And now, well, it's not charging anything. battery itself might be dead. Alright, so back to volt mode here. Let's read the battery. I'm going to go red on red, black on black. Yeah, it's trickle charging. Not reading on the meter, but it's definitely increasing. That's weird. This battery is dead though. I could feel I don't know why it's not showing current. It should be showing something, but it's definitely charging. Very slowly. Okay, so we're gonna leave this be. We'll set this aside. Oh, there we go. There we go. 0.14 now. All right, let's just take a look again. Yeah. That's charging. No? There we go. And that's charging at a faster rate than before. It must have really put it on a serious trickle mode when it was below 3 volts. So that's going to take about 15 minutes to get up to a usable charge for me to boot it. So we're just going to set this aside and we'll talk about my next board, which I'm actually pretty proud of myself on this one because it's a really good lesson in never trusting your own work and always assuming that the work that you have done is bad. So let's find this board here. These are all my donor boards. We want to check laptop battery again, and I am at 74. It's just draining. Yeah, I've got to figure this out. I have no idea why it doesn't want to let me. Powered hubs. I don't know. Maybe I need to try plugging into a different circuit on the house. I don't freaking know. I'm just going to have to come up with a better solution. Period. Okay, so it was right in front of me the entire time, I think. Yeah. All right. This board sorry, I need some brain juice there before. Mouth's a little dry here. Okay. See what my Tarkov boys are up to real quick too. Looks like Rayman and Sinister are raiding as we speak. Good on you boys. I'll join you later tonight. I needed a break. We raided nonstop these past couple days, and we made some really good progress in that game. Great group of guys I play with. They put up with all my shit and keep inviting me back, so that's a win in my book. But let's back to the task at hand here. Now this board that I bought, let's get a little bit closer zoom. I bought intentionally broken. I just bought the motherboard itself. I got a really good deal on it. It was something like 35 bucks, 40 bucks after shipping and tax. Now, the way it was sold to me was motherboard for parts, and the first thing that popped out to me was the flex connector here and the flex connector here, had the plastic latches ripped off. Okay, so that obviously will cause the board not to work. So I bought it just for the heck of it, for the challenge. And when I got it, I actually noticed that there was a lot of rework done around the USB port, and a lot of the legs weren't connected. And so I replaced the USB port, and when I plugged it in, I only got 5 volts on one side and nothing on the other. And started doing a lot of work. There's a leg or a line on this called CC, and what that's responsible for is handling the orientation of the plug. So if you know USB-C, it doesn't matter which way you plug it in, it'll work, and that's due to that particular pin. And so if you flip the board over, and if we go over to M92 here, so on the M92 board, or chip on the motherboard, grab my Pokejammy here, the CC line is right here. It goes to this leg. And when I looked at this chip, I noticed that I had a big old gap on this pin, on top of which, just like the other board we looked at, and I do actually want to test that on this one now that I've got it here. I want to see if that one leg is ground or not, because if it is, then I'm really not going to worry about it. That's my max chip. It needs to be down here. Okay, so all of the legs in the front and the bottom of the screen, right? All of these guys, these weren't connected. And then I had a bunch over here that weren't connected as well. So I reflowed this chip. Then I went in and you can see there's still some flux that I haven't cleaned up yet. I reflowed the USB port again. Now CC is hooked directly into this pad. And the reason I determined, or the reason I knew that I had a break in the connection from here to the chip, is that I had a diode result of 0 when I should be getting 0.5. And what diode mode tells you is a voltage drop. And when you get 0, it represents an open line or broken connection. So initially I just tried soldering the USB port on again. I verified, I did a solid check on the leg. You know, everything was good. The only one that's not is this one right here, which I still haven't figured out yet. But no matter what I did to this port, I was still getting a 0 voltage drop. And so then I started doing continuity. And I recognized that I had continuity from that test pad all the way up to this pad right here. So I knew that internally the line was connected. And well, if I get a connection from the pad to the other pad, then that means that I don't have a connection to the chip. And so that's what caused me to look at M92 again. Now, I honestly can't remember if I replaced this chip or not. And if I did a really poor job of it, but my guess is I don't think I did. And I think that the guy before me who was working on it tried replacing the chip as well, and it didn't work. So I resoldered it. And once I resoldered it, I got my voltage drop back to 0.5 again. Then I plugged in a battery, and I plugged in the USB with my ammeter, and it showed signs of booting. So I know that the CPU is good. And I'm pretty sure M92 is solid. It did look like it was charging. So the only thing left to do really is to replace this. When I get my parts in, I'm going to have to replace this because this is melted to shit. It still lets me plug a battery in, but my god, this thing got absolutely wangled. and I have to replace this. Now these two connectors here are probably my two least favorite connectors on this board to replace. I hate this job more than I hate replacing USB ports. Oh, and that's right, on this guy I'm going to also have to grind down this lip here. So there's still some work to be done on this board. But my plans for it is to actually, I've got a hard mod coming in from China, and I'm going to hack this switch for funsies. Paid next to nothing for this board. I have a couple of spare cases to use, so I figured I would just make a fun project out of it, and I'd get this board booting, and then I'd hard mod it and see what that's all about, because I've yet to hard mod a switch. I've only done the unpatched boards with soft modding. I will admit I'm not too interested in the mod scene, but other people really do like the ability to run custom firmware, and I just kind of want to learn how to do it, so that if somebody asks me to do it in the future, or if I can see that there's a viable market for building hack switches and switch lights, then I'll keep a couple on hand and see what goes on. I do have a huge parts order coming in from China pretty soon. I'm really looking forward to that. Lots of connectors, lots of ports, some new Joy-Cons. I got the hard mod coming in. I've got that Wi-Fi chip for the switch light that I tried to fix and got all the way working except for Wi-Fi. So we'll have that coming in hopefully next week. I also went ahead and did some more research on that OLED problem that I'm having, and there really hasn't been solutions for it, but through my research I figured out that there is a backlight chip. OLED screens don't use backlights, but there is an IC PMIC or a driver chip or whatever it is. I can't figure out what it is because there's no data sheet on it, but there's a Samsung chip. It's the DO S04 or is it D0 S04, one of the two. But it's a Samsung chip and a Samsung display. So I went ahead and ordered some of them to head it off with a pass, and when that shows up, I'll open up the OLED, and then we'll take a look inside, and we will also just go ahead and just replace that IC and see if that solves the problem, because to this day that OLED switch, the digitizer works, sound works, I can hear everything move, it's just that the display won't come on. So I'm thinking it's that chip went bad, or there's something around the chip went bad. So before I open it up and pull it all apart, I figured I'd order the chip, and that way when I get to it, we'll be able to just, test that theory out. If it works and fixes it, amazing, great. If it doesn't, hey, at least we tried and we didn't have to wait 2 weeks to try. So that's coming up soon. I have to step away here for just a minute or two to use the bathroom, and I will be right back. Okay, so sorry about that. Can't ignore that call. You know what they say, you never really truly buy your drinks, you just rent them. Okay, more brain juice. Battery is charging at 0.16 still, which is slowly increasing. Oh, that's right. One of the other things that I did order is I got some spare daughter boards too coming with those Wi-Fi chips. I had a couple of switches that had some dead daughter board, or at least one with a dead daughter board, or two maybe. So we'll have some replacements to come in and do some testing. And I also want to see about trying to repair some of them. Like I think this one, like right here, like this guy right here, he wasn't working. You could see all the damage. You know, all these resistors are kind of fried. That one pad right there is just gone. So I'd like to just try my hand to see if I could fix it. They're not cheap. You know, even ordering them from China, they're about $9 a pop, which isn't too bad. And they do come with the cable, so that does. You know, the cables themselves, the flex cables themselves, sell for about $6 or $7 on Amazon, and then these are about $25 stateside. So, problem is, you know, ordering them from China, they're just, you know, you have to wait. So, I'm gonna check them out because they're not. You can't get OEM parts. So there's somebody printed them themselves pretty much, and we'll see how well they work. And if they work out well, I might just place an order for like, you know, 5 more of them, and that way I'll have the spare daughter board sitting because there's not much to them. And if overvolting them somehow does just really just trash them, there's almost no point in trying to fix them. They're pretty thin boards, but you know, there's not much to them. So if it's just, you know, it's just a matter of replacing a couple of blown resistors or whatever, I have those on hand now as well. So hopefully we can just fix them. All right, let's, you know, before I dig into this, let's just go ahead and let's just take a look at this battery one more time. Because if it's good and bootable, then I'm probably just going to set it off to the side so I can have the ammeter for testing. I do have some spare battery charger. You don't want these things to boot without you realizing it. So that might boot for me. We're at 3.6 now. So we went from 2.9 to 3.6 in like, what, 10 minutes maybe? So this should boot. So now when I click the button, you see the amp? Oh, there's the Nintendo logo. No. Nah, but see, now it's charging at 0.47. It really wants that 3.75 voltage before it boots. Okay. But it is now charging at a much faster rate. And just one more check on it here. We'll watch it for a little bit. I know this is kind of boring, but forgot that I had zoomed in somewhat. It did find that there are some multimeters out there that have a USB port, and then there's software that I could use with OBS. It's like, I don't know if I'm really willing to upgrade just yet, because this little Astro is pretty freaking stellar for the money I paid for it. Yeah, see, now it's a 3.8, so this should boot. What the heck? Maybe that's what all it needed was just a little bit to push it over the edge. Let's see what happens here. I'm gonna unplug and replug. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, it just needed a quick little boost. Console battery at 1%. Perfect. Okay. Alright, so basically we're just going to turn that off. Well, let's button this up. Let's just button it up. I think that's what we need to do. Let's call it a day on this board. Well, almost, because I've got to still have to check the Wi-Fi. Still have to check the Joy-Con rails, make sure they're working. And then once I verify that those are working, these are not my favorite tweezers. I actually kind of prefer these. Oh, this is so tedious. But it's a good tedium because it means, hopefully, that I am just that much closer to putting the final screw in and calling it a day on it. It does feel nice to actually frickin' fix things on stream, though, I'll tell you. Because while I am an idiot, I do have enough skill to fix these things. But you wouldn't know it by watching my streams now, would you? Because I think the first couple of live streams I did, I don't think I fixed a single freaking thing. It was all just me fumbling around for a couple of hours going, I don't know what's wrong with this thing now. It's just not working. It should be working. It would be working if I wasn't an idiot. Sometimes it takes maybe it's more about the journey than the destination. And the reason that I work on things off stream is because, one, probing and research is pretty boring for someone on the outside to go through. And the other thing is my brain can't handle the fact that I got a problem. I gotta figure it out. So I try to do as much on stream as possible, but sometimes I just gotta get rid of that pressure and work off stream. I think I do a little bit better when I'm not on camera, so to speak. Still feels like I hope I'm going to be able to rescue this. Okay. Should be able to yank that out. Okay, I did. There's like a little bit of springiness to it, but I'm just wondering if it's... I don't really have more screws in the board that I need, but these cables are so freaking annoying. They give you more length than you need, which is good. You don't want them too short to prevent strain, but there we go. Come on, slide on in for me. There you go. Alright, so now I should go grab a pair of working Joy-Cons. So I will just use my personal ones because I know these are in fact 100% working condition, if just dead on juice. So what we're looking for here, once I get this going, is we're going to be looking for the Joy-Cons to connect. I want to check the Wi-Fi out. And then I can just let it sit on a charger for a while. Okay. And we don't have working Joy-Cons. That's not working. And that's not working. And this is why I test, folks. Now, it could be because these batteries are dead, but might not like the fact that the fan's working. This is a model with a diode behind the fan. That diode does interfere with some things. I think, though, I maybe didn't get the Joy-Cons plugged in all the way. Let me try one more time real quick here. Yeah, that one wasn't seated properly for sure. Okay, so that one should work now. This is my left-hand Joy-Con. That one's still... Yeah, see, the fan is just non-stop, so that diode might need to go there. CPU is warm, which is expected for a CPU that's running without any... Okay, so both my Joy-Con cables were not seated properly. But the fan didn't stop spinning, which might mean that I still have an issue. God dang it. Well, this whole case is just screwed. Kind of just watching the fan right now. Yeah, you guys can't really see it, can you? Alright, well, the fan doesn't instantly boot up, spin up. So that's kind of good. So let's try again here. Do I get a click? I do. Do I get a click? I do. Do they work? They do. Okay, let's go check out our Wi-Fi here real quick. And that, folks, is my Wi-Fi right there. So, yes. We can pretty much say that this thing is working. So I can go ahead and just put it back together. And wrap this one up and call this one a fix. Fan stops. Good. Okay, good. So it must have just been getting a little warm there, and it just kept the fan on because it was freaking out that it couldn't cool the CPU off quick enough. which is a good thing because you don't want to overheat your CPU. So, the thing is this thing is in such just not good shape, man. It really did get beat up. So we'll put it back together, and if it comes to a case swap, I'll do a case swap, which is not that big of a deal. So let's get you put back together, shall we? Oh crap. See, that is the only issue with doing this one first, is that unfortunately there are some hidden screws under here, so it's gotta pop you off. Yeah. So these little tiny black screws are all over this board. And there's a couple hidden ones here underneath the game card reader, so you got to put them in first before installing the game card reader, but you know, we had to test before we did that. There's a black screw. Let's not lose our fastener, shall we? Oh, this one's not very magnetic for me. Is that that's a case screw. That's the one I'm looking for. There we go. So the external screws for the case are, for some reason, not very magnetic, even though they really should be because they're so freaking tiny. Perfect. Okay, so that's all of the perfect. So then we just got to replace the silver guy. Am I missing a screw? Let me just double check this board real quick. Got that one, got that one. No? Sad thing is this. There is this very tiny one. That one might not have. No, I'm not too concerned about it, honestly. Okay. Good old pop into place there. So then we got a little plastic bit right here that goes over and adds just a little bit of strength to the audio jack here. Okay, we got that working. Come on, come on. One more. Okay. Okay. We have plenty of Nintendo Switch heat sinks. This one looks like it has a little bit of factory thermal on it, so we'll just we'll clean off most of that with this. Okay. And then this guy right here. Perfect. See now, because I didn't clean off the top of that, I'm gonna thermal paste everywhere. So I did learn I'm an idiot. And the reason they use different thermal paste between the top and the bottom is apparently normal thermal paste doesn't really handle large air gaps well, so they use a viscous thermal paste on the top of the heat pipe to interact with the heat shielding. Again, it's not really necessary. It doesn't really provide that much more extra protection. And what I'm doing really won't hurt anything. You won't hurt anything by putting normal thermal paste in that pipe. It just probably won't work as well as the viscous stuff does. But I always like to use a good line of thermal paste. There we go. Stuff works really well. Don't really need too much more than that. Might actually end up having to buy a new tube of this pretty shortly. I'll give you just a little bit more, I think, just in case. I don't like how it got kind of thin there in the middle. That should be just fine. Alright, so let's do that. My hands are already covered in thermal paste, which is great. And then we take our heat pipe right here. And there we go. And she slots right in. It's kind of squeezed and squished just a little bit. Move a little bit of thermal paste around. So you can see that the thermal area is quite small, so you don't need too much. Just kind of squish it around just a little bit to cover the area a little bit better. My hands are covered in thermal paste right now. But hey, it wouldn't really be a repair unless I covered my hands in thermal paste, now would it? I think that other one is for the SD card there. Okay. So now you gotta go figure out what's what here. So this one goes to this one. I think this one goes to this one. I'm missing. Yeah, we're gonna clean off this back case here. If I could find that. Is it over in the ground over there still? There it is. So what we're doing right now is this guy's a little dusty on the inside, and so what I'm going to do is just hit it with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, a paper towel here, and we'll just let's clean this up real quick. Yeah, you can see like all that crap. All right. Passable. Okay. Now, this is what I was talking about before. This step's not necessary. I do it anyway just because why not? A little thermal paste on the heat pipe. Can't really hurt. Now the big issue though is that I don't know if I'm using the right screws or not. These are the external screws. I've got plenty, but those look like they're for atomic purple. Those look like for a switch light. And we do have some screws here. So look there for a switch, but well, what the hell. Screws are screws. Yeah, I feel like there should be a oh, maybe that's what that's for. Yeah, there should be a screw that goes right here, but I think if you pay attention, I can't really scrape this out with my screwdriver very well. I think that's what this is for. Either or, that's no longer attached, and I don't have to really worry about it. That kind of sucks, but... Alright, so now we gotta put a game card reader in. I actually like pulling this little piece of foam off while I do this. The reason that I'd like to do that is because, quite honestly, it's a lot easier to snap this into place. And looks good there. Let's just do this the easier way. Let's try screwing it down some. Sometimes that kind of helps, but this one's more of a pain in the ass, I think, than the game card reader. because you don't get the little lineup that you do in the game card reader. Huh. Fight me, huh? Alright, so that's not the way to do it then. Let's pull you out. I usually don't have that much of an issue with these things, but sometimes these FTC connectors are just, you know, they just tell you to go F yourself. And you just want to double and triple check that you're not mangling anything. That looks fine. That connector looks fine. I have had to replace these in the past, and they're not hard, but again, why replace things when you don't have to? No shit. Boy, you are just being a son of a bitch right now, aren't you? This would be a lot freaking easier. It would be a lot easier if the switch light. They'd marked out where the plug was, so I could just line everything up. You just do not want to cooperate with me today, do you? Huh. You are being a pain in my butt. Let's try a little thicker tweezer here. It shouldn't match up right there. Can I do it? No. Normally, I have absolutely zero problem with this thing. There we go. Okay. Ah, bless, man. You just did not want to go on there. Now, we can take this guy. It's really kind of a pointless pad. I think it just kind of seals out some dust and whatnot. Okay, take our little back plate here, which I can see it's a good amount of thermal paste on it. Funny because so many of these M92 chips that I think are bad are probably not bad, so I've been kind of keeping them, shoving them off to the side. And if I ever run out of fresh chips, I'll have a pile of slightly suspect chips to pull from, and if they work, they work, and if they don't, they don't, and then I can truly toss them at that point. But they're not that expensive, but again, why throw out perfectly working components, especially ones that you have to wait 2 or more weeks from China to get. I like this remix. Alright, so these tri-wing screws are a pain in the butt. And so are the small JIS because, yeah, like I said before, not very magnetic, so it's got to be careful and take your time. These use a special tri-wing bit here, which if you pick up an iFixit toolkit, which if you're going to get into this hobby or just like the repair stuff, if you don't have one, it's a $25 set, and it contains probably every bit you could possibly need to work on modern and vintage systems, and even just other repairs, just other normal non-console electronics or items. For the money, absolutely worth every penny. I've used this kit on every repair I've done, and it's paid for itself like 5 times over by now. Okay. One last big one here. Oh, I do have the... Okay, I was worried about losing that one screw, but I've got it, so that's good. Now, if I remember right, now let's switch back to my Phillips head here. I do remember right. So this little tiny bastard, he is a son of a bitch. He goes right underneath the kickstand. I do remember, I was pretty sure these, thought that these screws are stripped, or the posts, yeah. Pointless because I don't think I could sell this to my buddy. This was gonna head over to my buddy, but I don't think I could do that to him. Yeah. Those are not going in. I mean, it's a functional unit. It's just cosmetically, guys, see, that's broken right there. Yeah, like I'm just probably gonna have to take a loss in this thing here. Yeah, there's no way that's not biting into anything. Yeah, and if I dip this over, yeah. So we're gonna call that good, I think, here. Save these just in case I need some more for later. I really don't know which ones I stole these guys from, but okay. But hey, that is a repair. She is fixed. Well, we can add this to the pile of fixed and need to sell. Man, I'd be lucky if I got like $100 for this thing, man. She's pretty beat up. Give her a quick little scrub and take a look at what I got here, because they get kind of grimy from working on the bench with them a lot. My hands just, yeah, see, like, she's just beat up. I'm gonna have to spend this week looking for a better unit for them. That screen is ultra scratched up. Could replace the digitizer. I do actually have a very, very nice case, so push comes to shove, I could do that. I mean, it is just a digitizer that's all marked up, and to be quite honest, if I was going to replace the digitizer, I'd probably replace the shell as well. Might be a good project for later. But she is done, so I'm going to throw her back into the pile of done consoles. Alright, well that is fix number 2 for the stream. Quite happy with that. Quite happy. Getting some fresh brain juice here, and we'll start working on the Switch light board the next hour or so. And then I'm going to probably call it a day. Going for 2 hours now, and my battery is 54%, so I don't have too more time left, but we're gonna try. I gotta figure this out because I can't. I had it working that one time, and now it's just not wanting to work anymore, and I don't know why. Don't know why. What if I did this real quick? Unplug the USB battery. It says it's plugged in, but you know, it ain't working. Alright, so that brings us back to this guy. Now this guy, when I grab myself a good battery here, like I said, the battery port's not in the best shape, but I've got plenty of those coming in. And I bring the ammeter back. Hey, it's not working. That cord is so jacked. There you go. You can see it did the same thing. It is the same thing as the other switch does. Jumps up to like, 0.48. This is a slightly dead battery, so I'm imagining it has something to do with it. But it did boot. Okay. So this cable is just, oh yeah, dude. I'm going to, in fact, be ordering right after I get off the stream a brand new USB-C cable. So what we need to do to this one, unplug the battery. I thought I had, I think it's USB-A to USB-C, and it doesn't. The only thing about this ammeter is it doesn't like going from USB-C to USB-A. It has to be matching 1-to-1, and I don't think I have. Yeah, see, that's just a USB-C to USB-A. That sucks. Okay, no big deal. I'm just gonna have to go buy one because this cable is just not working anymore. Okay. All right, so let's get a board holder out here. We know it's booting. We know we have some bad connectors to deal with. So let's pull them off. Of course, you don't want to focus on shiny things, do you? Because you're a son of a bitch. All right, so let's start with the one I hate the most. Probably gonna end up ruining this thing, but what the heck? We can put it all back together hopefully at some point. I hate this job. This one is just not a fun. This one's not fun to pull off. Oh look, I ripped off the leg to that connector when I pulled it. Yeah, well, okay. All right. So I mean, I could theoretically top heat, but like it melts the connector, and I don't know. I think it makes things a lot harder than if I just focus on doing it the right way. And I pulled off that capacitor. You can see it's stuck right there. No biggie. And there was a resistor I pulled off as well. Or did I? Yeah, I did. God dang it. That's why I like pulling towards the back rather than the front like I just did. I think I still have both those on the connector though. So I can just pull them off. We'll get them put back into place. Let's see here. I need... Where my other set of tweezers go there? Both of them, they both capacitors? They are both capacitors. Okay. Good deal. Alright, so we're going to do this the easy way here. Let's get you back into focus real quick so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, so... should be okay. I don't think I ruined the end caps on them. I do believe they're just 0.1 microfarad O201s anyway, which I have a literal boatload of. That one does look a little potentially worse for wear. I think I chopped it in half. Yeah, I did. Yep, sure did. I think it's actually stuck to that other guy. Okay. No biggie. We're gonna just verify that, but I do believe that's exactly what happened. Why you should use heat, folks. Why you should use heat. Yeah, you can see that's one half of the capacitor. Those are the only two I think I did manage to destroy, so. But, you know, actually this does present a good opportunity. Wonder if I can use one of my new handy dandy tools. There we go. Okay. So I picked up a little tool that will help me determine the value of capacitors when they are out of circuit. It's a little pair of tweezers I've got. And I don't know where I stuck them. So moving stuff around the other day. I usually put tools with my tools, but they sure did just squirrel away on me here, huh? Boy, I just bought this brand new tool and managed to lose it. Right when I need it the most, of course. Like I'm 99% sure that's what those are, but I just want to, you know, use my tool for what I bought it for. But in order for me to do that, I actually have to find it first. And I can't find it. Do something stupid. I didn't throw it away, did I? Right in front of my face. Ooh, I like this remix. This is kind of nice. Kind of nice, gotta say. All right, so let's see what my battery's at now. 50. Yeah, so it's draining quick. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. So this is going to be kind of hard to show you guys. These little tweezers I've got. Basically squeeze a component in between them to make contact. of pokey jammy here, honestly. They work a lot easier with bigger components, but should work with everything. And I just pinged it. Nope, wait, nope, I still have it. Probably work better if I like soldered it onto something like a ground plane. .5 it's dropping. Yeah, it's a 0.1, I think. This thing would be so much easier to measure if I had like half of it soldered onto something. See, that says 3 nanofarad. I wonder if that's because of the... It's just not going very easy for me. Now that's just, it's telling me 3 nanofarad, but okay. Now if I measure it, it's going to give me a completely different reading, but we're going to try anyway. Oh, that didn't even solder in. Look at that. Thought so, but That's settled in better. Now you should be hooked on. Problem with these freaking O201s is these probes on this thing are just not thin enough. And I know that they do give me external leads, but see, that's oh shoot. Well, shoot. Oh, I sure hope. I mean, that looks fine. Besides the I hope I didn't ruin this too bad. Okay, nope, sure didn't. Little fresh leaded solder there. We're gonna be cleaning those pads off anyway, so I'm not really worried about the bridges. Basically just gonna wet everything down again. But since I don't really want that to solder to that ground pad there. Oh, did I ruin? I did ruin that. No, is it still there? I think that end cap is still there. I don't know. Maybe it's just better for me to. And that end cap is there. But see, like how that's brown on that one side there, and yeah, that's destroyed. We're just gonna have to replace it. That's fine. You see as everything kind of wets down, all those little peaks go away. Let's just grab a couple of. One of my handy dandy book of parts here. Oh, what the heck? I don't know. You know, I don't particularly trust those, so I'll just get rid of them. What the heck? Why were those black? Hate wasting components, but they didn't look right. Those look black as well. Guess I was okay. Alright, well, I guess I'm just an idiot. I unleashed 3 when I only needed 2, but hey, maybe I screw up and I blow it off and I have a spare already. These things are like dirt effing cheap anyhow, so it's not like I'm wasting more than 6 cents, I think, a pop. I just lost them all anyhow. There's one. We'll find the rest. Okay, where'd the others go? I thought they were kind of glued into whatever crap was on top there, but apparently I was wrong. Remember how I talked about how I hate losing components? Generally don't do it this way. God dang it. Okay. I don't want to focus anymore. Oh, it's probably because the focus area is all wrong. This is what I get for my Poke Jammies for being sticky. Gotta clean them off with a little bit of alcohol in a second. Come on, there you go. I definitely got a paper cut on my finger. That's what the alcohol is good for. Dude, it just like... Did I magnetize this or something? That thing just sucked right on. This is painful, huh? I never have very much luck using the tweeze method where you could kind of hold it in place with your tweezers. I always seem like see what's going to happen there is it's going to just solder itself to the actual pad, and we don't want that. Just wow, it is. I think it is magnetized or something, because it's just jumping to the Poke Jammy. Never seen that before. Turn the soldering station off. Yeah, see how like it just... Wow, I think I did magnetize this somehow. I've literally never had this much issue with these things before. Usually my Poke Jammy is my go-to to get these components to line up into place, but as you can see, they just do not want to leave the tip. And I could try, if I just didn't lose it there, which I just did. Pinged it off into Narnia. So that's what happens when... That is absolutely what happens when you try to use tweezers on these small ass components. Just take a quick look around and see if it just kind of stuck itself somewhere on the board before going to grab some new ones. Oh, there's one. Well, let's rescue you. this mat is starting to piss me the heck off because it's like it's being a pain in my butt. Let's see if we can get you on, huh? You gonna be a pain in my butt? I think you're gonna be a pain in my butt. Man, it is. I swear that it's magnetized now. Grrr. Okay, let's make my life a little easier here. I normally don't have this much of an issue. Actually, replace this one with the connector on board before. Just never had this much of an issue. I think that's just because I did end up like magnetizing this PokeJammy. You can see how like it's just sucking itself to the. All right, let's see if we can't maybe get lucky here. We did. All right. So what we're gonna do now, a little bit more flux there. And we'll get you really into place. Perfect. Oh, well, that was a very frustrating adventure to get one of the two into place. And now I'm going to either have to find the other missing ones, which I'm doubtful that's going to happen, which is fine, but... doubt I'm going to locate the... Doesn't make me feel comfortable knowing that there could be potentially a capacitor just floating around like a little floating short waiting to happen here. We'll just have to scrub the board really good and blow it off with some good hot air or compressed air. Okay. Now back to the drawing board here, and do I have any? I dumped them all out. That is empty. Okay, well that fell out, but where? What is that? Is that another one? No. Just a wonky test bed. Thought I'd dump one out, but I guess I did not. Am I crazy? I know that I feel like I'm getting them out, but
I stumbled across a recording while I was cleaning him. He says he belongs to someone called Obi-Wan Kenobi.
dude, it's like they're just disappearing? Am I crazy? What is going on? I never have this issue. Like, I know I've just dumped out another one and it's just gone. It's the board and disappears. What the fuck, man? What am I doing wrong? Why? I'm like going crazy here. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. There she blows. I got one. Finally. I don't know what I'm doing or why it took me so long. Wait. Wait, what? Oh my lord. I literally couldn't even see that. So it probably means there's like 8,000 of these things on the board and I just can't see them because my eyes are that bad. I promise you, that is a literal first for me. Normally they just pop out and go on the board and stick where they're supposed to stick, and this one just wanted to be a real son of a bitch. Caused me to waste all those components. Watch this. This is probably going to go real bad too, but we're going to try it. Yeah, ain't going to work. It needs to. There we go. Now we got to start off high, going low. Again, now this is again 440 or 420 degrees Celsius air. We're just trying to not blow it off the board here. As soon as we start to see those pads wet down, that component should just suck right into place. Got one half of it. Did not want to grab the other side. That's fine. So we do it manually. Oh, well, hey, it didn't solder at all. I can't say it's too surprising. Thought I got that backside done, but nope. That should do it. That should all suck down now. See if we got at least one of those sides on. We did not. Okay, third time's a charm, maybe. Come on. Come on, son of a bitch. I'm not sure. Doesn't look good. That's fine. Okay, so now back in. Now we got tacked in. More flux, more flux. Flux helps everything flow. See how that one side just wants to pop up? Because we got one side to solder and not the other. We're gonna take a slightly different course here. I'm gonna try to go from below. Cool, just burn my fucking finger. That's gonna feel great in such a typing finger. That's amazing. This just wants to be a giant pain in my butt, does it not? Now, all I really need to do okay, so hopefully that's good enough. Now, hopefully it should. Yeah, dude, I just burned the shit out of my finger. Okay. Good enough for me. We're done. Now, I have 36% power left. I might just, I don't know, do some cleanup work here and then this board cool off a little bit here. Hopefully what I did with my finger's not going to be that bad. We are just waiting for this to kind of cool down some so I can wick off all that unleaded solder. Yeah, we got so much flux in this board, it's not even funny. It's gonna need I really need an ultrasonic cleaner is what I need. Alright, so this is solder braid, and basically some just braided metal that's gonna help us remove all the excess solder, old solder from the board, and then we're gonna replace it with new solder, and basically just kind of want to like heat things up and just glide it over the pads, up and down, not side to side, because you don't want to rip these pads. And if you go up and down in the direction of the pad, you'll prevent that from happening. Just wick up all this crap here. Because again, we're going to come in with some fresh solder. Might as well just keep with the lake of flux idea here and get some new flux on. You already have plenty on the board, to be quite honest, but more flux never hurts. Just means you have more to clean up. That's all. All right, so let's see if we can get it done with this tip here. I usually like to switch to like my JLO2 or whatever, but this is such a nice thermal mass to it that so one of the biggest problems I have with this port is I tend to not get enough solder on these pads. And when that happens, then you don't get a good connection to the FPC connector. So like you actually don't want to be light on solder on the back pins there because they're a real pain in the ass to get to with your soldering iron if you need. So now what I like to do is get you in focus first, and then we hit it with the hot air, and that basically causes all the it's all peaky and crap because I don't know, just not that good. So this kind of like reliquefies all the solder and it makes it nice little pillows, which you should be able to achieve with your soldering iron, but I just always seem to just do this. There we go. You can see how everything just kind of sucks into place there. And then grab our little toothy toothbrush here. So we have way too much solder on this board here. And we just want to make sure that we don't have any bridges. And all our components are where they should be. With those resistors in place. The two capacitors are back into place where they should be. All those pads look pretty good. Okay. So now grab our board, put it back into the board holder. Quite frankly, it looks pretty good. That's another thing that's coming on order. These guys, I've got more of these connectors coming in because they're a very big common failure point and impossible to source stateside. So I made sure to order a whole bunch of them. That's not. I think that's the right one. I think that's actually the video. That's it right there. FPC2, that's 5. Yeah, that's the right one. So we can see right. Basically, then we're doing that to that. Perfect. So you can see why I needed to order more of these. They're expensive as frig too. And I just dropped it on the ground. I think that it would be very easy to find. It would be wrong. God dang it, Justin. Normally I do all this work over the blue mat for this very, very exact reason. There you are. Zoom out just a little bit. I try to give myself more room on the back this time, just in case I gotta go in and touch things up. I feel like if I have more room on the back, it makes it a little bit easier on me. Almost had it. I don't know why. That's just not. I just want to stick to everything today. That's looking good. We'll do a quick zoom in real fast. Let's get you back in inspection mode real quick. I think I've got everything lined up just the way I want it. Yes, sir. Okay. Let's zoom you out again just so I can see the whole connector. Whole connector's on stream. We're good to go. Basically going to tack this down first and then add a little flux and then flow again. Before I do all of this, though, I'm going to put all my connectors away so I don't lose them. I've got to come up with a better solution for all these things. This is barely working. I'm one of the most disorganized people on this planet. Don't come to me for organization tips because I ain't got none. My workbench is an absolute nightmare right now. Okay. A little nervous about that, but let's give it one more try here, maybe. Okay. So it's tacked. But my guess is that even though it's tacked, it's probably loose as hell. Like I could see all those pins still have like brass on top of them, so I know they didn't really settle down. So if I kind of like I don't know, they might be good. Well, you know, it doesn't hurt. We're gonna hit them with a little bit more flux here. Find my syringe. Those front ones look okay. It's the back ones that always give me the most problems. So we're gonna go ahead and don't need much. You don't want to get too much flux because it will seep into the port and then it'll make that latch really sticky. If that latch gets really sticky, then you're going to rip the latch off. And if you rip the latch off, then you're going to have to replace the port. So just do yourself a favor and try to watch how much flux you use. Try not to use it around the front. It will suck itself to the port. You can see it bubbling through the port right now, but just trying to get everything to flow nice and weld on good, and that looks just fine. Looks like everything kind of bubbled up nicely and came up over the top of those legs. So now we move everything back here to the blue mat. And while she's still warm, give her a little scrubby scrub. Okay, we're going to close that latch down. Okay, the latch is moving nice and free, but that just could because everything is nice and warm and the flux is still there. But let's see here. Honestly, for this job, it did go on very well. Now, I did not actually do the requisite. Did I screw anything up on the BQ side of things? And that would be a no. BQ is still together. All of the passes are there. BQ itself did not float off into oblivion. So yeah, you could tell I did a lot of rework in this area because that board is kind of covered in burnt flux. Like all this is just burnt flux. Looks like board charring, but it's not. Okay. So the same thing, we're just gonna keep scrubbing. Just really kind of want to break up any flux in there, and then come in with the Q-tip here and just kind of scrub away any excess. And then we could just kind of test the latch here real quick. Now I've got a little plastic tool that I prefer to use. Yeah, she's still a little sticky, so I imagine once this really cools down, it's still going to be kind of sticky. But for now, all we're going to do is we're going to come in and do the solid test. Now, I'm seeing one that I don't like, which is this guy right here. Nope, he's solid. So you just basically kind of come, put your tool on the leg, and you just nudge it. You don't need to use much pressure, because if it's not soldered, you'll see it wiggle. But these look all good to me. Now I say this, and I know that when I actually go to plug the board in, I'm probably gonna come back with the soldering iron and touch all of them up. To this day, I don't think I've soldered this board on, but maybe one time where I think I had maybe one time where I didn't have to manually solder. These actually look really good for me. Okay. So do I need this light? I hate this light. I think I need it for this job. I gotta use a straight tip on this one. See, maybe I need it. This one in particular, these back pins, I don't know, it's because of the way the plastic is. Sometimes that's good. 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 Okay. Looks pretty good, folks. I have to say that's pretty unusual. But proof's in the pudding. When I hook all this up, whether or not this is going to work or not, we'll find out. Ugh, it bothers the shit out of me. I'm just going to have to deal with that for now. Okay, so now we get to do it all over again. But I might have to stop there for the day, because my battery is at 28%. So yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm going to do here. Well, got most of that done. Maybe I will just do it. I think I have enough time to get this done. Do I want to though? just debating whether or not I want to do this today or not. I think the answer is going to be no. I think I should just end the stream and kind of go out on a semi-good note here. The last time I did this, I did float a couple on that max chip, which is never a good thing, but oh, I want to do it because it's fun, and I don't want to do it because I know I'm going to screw something up and just end all pissed off. I don't know. What time is it? 30? Yeah, that's just, I think what we're going to do is a little bit of that. Okay, bye. So I think I'm just going to go out on a somewhat good note here. And we repaired the one. We got one of those switches fully functional again. We verified that this switch light board is now booting. We did replace the FPC connector for the daughter board successfully so far. And we're going to start next stream with replacing the LCD connector. And then hopefully by next week, which I don't think I'm going to get that lucky next week. I think it's going to be 2 weeks for the OLED. But I do have, unfortunately, because I'm a glutton for punishment, I do have 3 more Nintendo Switch Lites coming in sometime, hopefully next week. We'll see. They have not shipped yet, so I do not know if they will be here in time for my stream next weekend. I hope they will, because that will give me something extra to do. I think if things go well with this Switch Lite board that we're working on right now, that will be, hopefully just a very quick fix. I don't know anything else about this board past the fact that it is showing the fact that it is booting. So who knows, when I get in there might be a host of other issues. So, we won't really know until we're able to cross that bridge. So I think until that time and next time, folks, I do appreciate you for stopping in and leaving comments and likes and subscribes if you did. And hopefully I will see you guys next week. All right, have a good week.